Hello friends, this is our second lecture on chapter electromagnetic induction. In last lecture, we discussed about Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction as well as a Lenz's law. Now, our today's topic is a motional electromotive force. In there are so many subtopics are there or applications of motional electromotive force. First one is a translational motion of a conductor. Look in the figure. Here, consider a rectangular frame of wire, means it is a conducting wire, ABCD of area Lx, means length of the frame is L and width is X, is situated in constant magnetic field, a vector B. This magnetic field is perpendicular to the plane and into the paper, and this frame is in the plane of the paper, means plane of the frame and magnetic field both are perpendicular to each other. As the wire BC, now look here, a wire BC of the frame is movable. Then as a wire BC of length L is moved out with velocity V, then what happens? As this wire is moving, X goes on increasing, and as X goes on increasing, area of the loop ABCD also goes on increasing because width goes on increasing. So Lx is the area. So X increases, area increases. And as area goes on increasing, then the flux of magnetic field through the loop increases with time. And we know that according to Faraday's law, as flux goes on increasing because of area, then what happens? A EMF is induced in the loop. And as EMF is induced, means voltage is generated in the loop, causes to flow the current through the loop. Look in which direction the current is set up. Then direction of the current we considered here. According to Lenz's law, it is moving from B to C. Now, it is assumed that the resistance of the wire is enough so that induced current is very small, producing negligible magnetic field. Means the magnetic field of the wire does not affect the original magnetic field. Then the flux through loop ABCD phi equal to BLX, the magnitude of induced EMF, but X is changeable with time. So magnitude of induced EMF E equal to d phi by dt, rate of change of flux, and phi is nothing but the BLX. B and L are the constants, means constant magnetic field is there, and L is also constant, but X goes on increasing. So X is a variable of the derivative. So BL dx by dt. And we know that rate of change of displacement, there is a displacement of wire section BC. So you can take dx by dt is a BLV. Say induced EMF is equal to BLV. Okay. This is say equation number 1. Now, the charge Q, which is carried by moving wire BC of length L, experience Lorentz force. Means as this wire is moving here, as this wire is moving, then charge Q inside it is in moving magnetic field. Means charge Q is moving, so it is exerted by the Lorentz force. And this Lorentz force is F equal to Q vector V cross B, perpendicular to both V and B. Means look here, in this figure, magnetic field is into the paper, mean inward direction, and velocity is towards right. Then inward direction current is set up along the wire BC, along the wire or parallel to the wire BC simply. Then a force F of constant along the length L. Why force F is constant? Because the magnitude of the charge is constant, velocity of the wire BC is constant, and magnetic field is constant. So constant force is exerted on the length, and thereafter end zero along the stationary parts. Means look here, in this part CD, part DA, and part AB, they are the fixed parts. They are not moving, only BC part is moving. So then their velocities are zero. As their velocities are zero, then no force is exerted on them, only force is exerted on the charge situated in BC. Okay. Thereafter we are going forward. Then because of this force, as the charge is moving along the wire BC through distance L due to force F, then mechanical work, electric work is done. And this work equals to what? Force into displacement. Force into real displacement of the charges along the length of the wire BC. So you can take here F into L. What is the magnitude of the force then? Q V cross B. Q vector V cross vector B means V cross B is VB sin theta. So you can take QVB sin theta into L. Thereafter, theta is the angle between V and B. But look in this figure, here velocity is in the plane of the paper, means towards right, and magnetic field is inward, means velocity and magnetic field are perpendicular to each other. That's why theta is 1. Theta is 90, so sin theta is 1. So maximum EMF induced is Emax equal to BLV. This is equation number 2. Look, this equation number 2, and here we go through equation number 1. From 1 and 2 equation, we get here E equal to d phi by dt, because here you take here E equal to d phi by dt equal to BLV, and here again same thing is there, E equal to BLV. So you can take here modulus of E or magnitude of induced EMF equal to d phi by dt. The flux rule is also applicable. A wire loop kept stationary and magnetic field is moving. Means here relative motion is there. Means suppose we consider this wire is kept stationary and magnetic field is moving. Then it is also applicable. Whether doesn't matter. Magnetic field changes. In last lecture we discussed. Or a wire is moving. Okay, there is a change in flux. Then what happened there then? Here the flux rule is also applicable. Wire loop is stationary or magnetic field is moving. Same Lorentz force is acting on it. Look here, in this Lorentz force, two terms are there. Q into E. It is the force due to electric field. It is acting on the stationary charge. Okay, and Q V cross B, it is the magnetic field. Any force on the charge at rest wire comes from term E. Thus, according to Faraday's observation, in a region where magnetic field changes, electric field is generated, which drives the electron along the circuit and responsible for induced current. Means according to Faraday, a Lorentz force is acting on the electrons or charges which are present inside the wire, and because of this force they are moving, and we say that current is set up or EMF is induced. Flux rule hold good so long as change in magnetic field or due to motion of the circuit. Means doesn't matter, circuit is moving, means loop is moving, or magnetic field is moving, or both are moving, then flux rule is applicable. Means there is a relative motion. One is moving, other is rest, other is moving, first is rest, or both are moving. Away or to the towards, doesn't matter. Okay. Thereafter we are going forward another application of motional electromotive force, a motional EMF in rotating bar. Means here we take in the figure, consider a conducting bar pivoted at one end and rotating in uniform magnetic field perpendicular to the plane of rotation. Mean look here, this is a point of pivot and this bar is rotated in an anti-clockwise direction supposed to be. In this direction this bar is rotating. Okay. Thereafter, now let this bar is made up of number of small elements. Let or small segments. Let us consider dr be the small segment of the bar and it is situated at distance r. Look here, this is r distance and this is the dr, small section, from the point of pivot, which is moving with velocity v. Look here, this dr section is moving with velocity v tangent to the circle. And as it is moving with velocity v, then what happens then? In magnetic field, then and has an induced EMF generated like sliding bar. Means here this small section or small segment of the bar is moving with velocity v. Then we know that according to Faraday's law, EMF is induced. And this small EMF induced in it is dE equal to BV into dr. From previous equation, we know that induced EMF equal to E equal to BLV. Here length is the dr. The small length or small segment we consider small EMF is induced. Then now bar is made up of all such small segments. Look here, this is one segment, this is another one, third one, fourth one, fifth one. So many segments of the bar are there. And because of these small segments, what happens? Now total EMF in the bar is sum of individual EMF. Mean here due to this small segment, 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 mean we take a sum or we take a integration. So total EMF induced in the bar is given as E equal to integration of d, but integration of d is what? BV into dr. But we know that velocity equal to r into omega, means relation between linear velocity and angular velocity as discussed in chapter 1 or previous standard also. Omega is the angular velocity. Okay. Thereafter br omega into dr. So b and omega are constant because bar is rotating with uniform angular velocity. Magnetic field is also fixed. So b and omega are constant. So you can take here r dr and look here, limits of the integration are from 0 to length is 0 to L, mean total length of the bar. Now what is the integration of r then? R square by 2. And as r square by 2 we take, then upper limit is L and lower limit is 0. So you can take here L square by 2 minus 0 square by 2 means minus 0. So you can take here L square by 2 directly and we get here half is taken common. So outside then half b omega L square. This is induced EMF or EMF generated in the rotating bar. Simple equation is there. Then means this induced EMF in the rotating bar is depends upon the magnetic field and how fast it is moving or rotating as well as length. Means larger the angular velocity or larger the length and larger the magnetic field, more the EMF is induced, no doubt. Thereafter we are going forward another topic or third, induction and energy transfer. Now a previous figure is there. In the previous figure, then only one side of the loop, look in this figure. In this figure, only in this rectangular frame, BC is movable only. But here, In this figure, total loop is movable. Now consider a loop ABCD moving with constant velocity v in a constant magnetic field vector v, as shown here. This magnetic field is no doubt perpendicular to the plane of the paper and inward direction. Same things are there. As loop move towards right, then what happened there then? Look here, this loop is moving towards right like as and like as. Then what happens? The area of the loop inside the magnetic field goes on decreasing. Look, initial area is this much. This much initial area is there. But as this loop is moving, then what happened there then? Look here. In this case, suppose we consider I am taking this case. This is the area which is under the magnetic field. But as this loop is moving, now look here, this loop is moving up to here. Then what happens? Area under in the magnetic field is less. So area is less. Then what you can say about the lines of forces or flux through it? Flux also goes on decreasing. Means flux decreases. In previous section, flux goes on increasing in previous figure because area goes on increasing. But in this section, what happens? Area goes on decreasing. And as area goes on decreasing, flux decreases, means this loop comes in the decreasing magnetic field or decreasing magnetic flux. Then what happened there then? As magnetic flux with the loop induce a current in the loop as dictated by the Lenz's law. Now induced current gives rise to force that put up the loop away from the magnetic field. Now what happens there then? What happens there then? As soon as this loop is moving, then the charges inside the loop exerted a Lorentz force and they moves in a particular direction. Means anti-clockwise direction electrons are moving, and in a clockwise direction current is set up. It is given by right hand rule which is taken in chapter 10. Means look here, middle finger indicate the direction of magnetic field. In this figure, magnetic field is inward. Then mean all three fingers, forefinger, middle finger and thumb are kept mutually perpendicular to each other. Then middle finger indicates a point the magnetic field. Forefinger denote then forefinger denote the direction of current and thumb denote the direction of force. This is the right hand rule. Okay. Then what happens there then? As soon as current is set up, then what happens? Now we go through 3 sections of the loop or 4 sections of the loop. Look here, section AD is there, section AB is there, section BC is there, and section CD are there. Now these are the 4 conductors, like 4 segments means 4 conductors, and conductor which is current carrying conductor, as soon as current is set up, what happens? Conductor kept in the magnetic field and carrying a current, then they are exerted by the force, and this force is BIL. Okay. Then what happens there then? Look the thing. Then current in the loop as dictated by the now induced current gives rise the force that opposes pulling the loop away from the magnetic field. Because of this motion of the loop, magnetic flux decreases, and induced current is opposite to that of the decreasing magnetic field. Means this induced current does not want to decrease the magnetic flux, so it opposes. Means it want to keep the frame inside it, so it exerts a force towards left. That means here we pull this frame towards right, and because of Lenz's law, force is acting towards the left. Simply, the magnitude of flux through the loop is phi equal to B dot B into A or BLX. Magnitude we take here. As X goes on decreasing, in previous figure X increases, the flux decreases, and then according to Faraday's law, the magnitude of induced EMF E equal to d phi by dt, same things are there, d by dt BLX or BL dx by dt or BLV. Okay, the induced EMF E represented, that means a representation by circuit as shown in this figure. Then induced EMF is represented on the left side. Look here, this is the induced EMF. On the left side, collective resistance of the loop is taken as the right side. Means circuit diagram it is shown, and direction of induced current is obtained by right hand rule. I am telling you right hand rule. Middle finger indicate the magnetic field. Forefinger denote the direction of current, and thumb denote the direction of force. Now, thereafter, we are going forward. The magnitude of induced current equal to, look here, magnitude of induced EMF is BLV, E equal to BLV. So, current is taken by Ohm's law, I equal to magnitude of the EMF divided by R. So, BLV upon R. The current I induce in the loop in a clockwise direction. Okay, the three segments AD, AB and DC in the magnetic field experience a force. And fourth section BC is outside the magnetic field, so it is not acted upon by the force. Means conductor carrying a current and kept in the magnetic field acted upon by the force. Now here four segments mean four conductors, say AD in the magnetic field carrying a current. AB, it is the conductor carrying a current and magnetic field. DC, conductor carrying a current and magnetic field. Now look the forces. The force acting on these threes are, say, F1, F2 and F3 on AD respectively. According to equation, vector F equal to I vector L cross B as discussed in chapter number 10th. From symmetry, the forces F2 and F3 are equal and opposite, so they cancels each other. Means, look here, in this case, what happens? Here, F1, F2 force is vertically upwards. Look here, F2 force, this is the direction of current, this is the force, and magnetic field is inward. Here again, by right hand rule, you can take here magnetic field indicated by middle finger, forefinger denote the direction of current, then your thumb automatically comes vertically upward. Try it at home. Means forefinger shows the forefinger current, middle finger shows the magnetic field in the paper, and thumb is upward. Now look here, section BC is not acted upon by the force, so it is outside. And thereafter we go through section CD. In the section CD, again magnetic field is inward by middle finger. Thumb is pointing the force downwards and current in the left side. Okay, and thereafter, look here, F2 and F3 are equal and opposite, so they cancels each other. But now in section AD, this force F1 is acting in this direction. Then this force is acting in this direction, it opposes the motion of the loop. Simple logic is there. F2 and F3, only this unbalanced force is acting, and because of this unbalanced force, to maintain the motion of the loop, certain work must be done. Then, to pull the loop at constant velocity v, right, we must have apply a external force F on the loop to overcome the force F1, because this force is due to Lorentz force. It is in this direction, it is acting because of Lenz's law it comes. Okay, then it opposes the direction, so F equal to minus F1. Uniform velocity, acceleration is there, then more force should be there, but to maintain the uniform velocity, this much force is there. The magnitude of vector F1 can be written as BIL sin 90. Why sin 90 is taken? It is the angle between L and B. Length and magnetic field both are, length is in the plane, means conductor is in the plane. Section BC we considered, or section AD here we considered. It is in the plane. Magnetic field is inwards, means they are perpendicular. Then what happens there then? BIL sin 90 or BIL. But I is nothing but the BLV upon R. Substituting here B square L square V upon R. Okay. Then we go through electric power. Electric power is nothing but the rate of doing electric work. Rate of doing mechanical work on the loop. Actually, it is taken as a mechanical work done on the loop is their power. To pull the frame, mechanical work is there to overcome the electric work. Okay. Then power P equal to vector F dot V. But vector F is what? B square L square V upon R. Not necessary to take a vector F dot V. Fu you can take magnitudely. Then B square L square V upon R into V. So B square L square V square upon R. Then the rate of production of heat energy due in resistance R supposed to be. We know this relation, power equal to I square R. But I is what? BLV upon R, and substituting B square L square V upon R. Look, both equations are similar. And as comparing it is clear that mechanical work and heat produced are equal. Okay. Thereafter, this is the thing. Thereafter, we are going forward. Another topic, interesting topic, eddy current. Do you know eddies or whirlpools which are created in the water? That means suppose in the bucket water is there, then steer your hand in the water and remove it, then eddies created in the water. Flood water, eddies are created. It is a turbulence flow of the water. Or eddies are created in the air also. They are called as the cyclones. Similarly, eddies of current or eddies of charges are created in the metal block. These eddies are called as the eddy current. They are found by name of the scientist Foucault. So it is also called as the Foucault current. It is not given in your book. Then what is it? Suppose we consider a metal plate or metal block. It is kept in the changing magnetic field. Block is fixed and magnet is moving. Like it. Here a block is fixed and magnet is moving. Magnet is moving away from it. Supposed to be. Then what happens? Magnet is moving. Or other way, magnet is fixed and block is moving. Either moving the magnet or either moving the metal plate. Then what happens? Eddy currents are set up. Okay, changing because of Faraday's law. Circulating current is induced in a metal plate. When it is kept in changing magnetic field or moving in the magnetic field, it's called eddy current. Simply. Again one time, circulating current is induced in a metal plate. When it is kept in changing magnetic field or moving in the magnetic field. Doesn't matter, metal plate is moved or magnetic field is moved. Okay, then eddy currents are set up. The induced current in the metal plate is responsible for transfer of mechanical energy into heat energy. Actually what happens? To move the metal plate or to move the magnet, some mechanical work should be needed. And as mechanical work is needed, then current is set up, or eddies are set, eddies of the currents are set up in the metal plate. And as eddy current is set up, according to Joule's heating effect, metal block becomes hot because of larger currents. That means this mechanical work which is responsible for production of heat in the metal block. Okay. Then in figure B, look this figure B we considered. Here metal plate is free to rotate. Look here, this is a metal plate and it is free to rotate. Rotate about a pivot is allowed. Here pivot is there. and there is allowed to swing in the magnetic field. In each swing, when metal plate enters and leaves the magnetic field, some mechanical energy is transferred into heat energy. Same thing happens as this metal plate is moving in the magnetic field. Then what happens? ADs are set up or AD current is set up, and this AD current is responsible for heat produced. Means H equal to I square RT. It is the Joule setting effect. Then magnetic field, some mechanical energy is transferred into heat energy. After several swings, there is no mechanical energy left, and converted heat energy makes plate warm. Means when this plate is moving in the magnetic field or oscillates in the magnetic field, what happens? What happens? It becomes warm because mechanical energy gets converted into heat energy. AD current can be reduced. Then another thing is there. AD currents are reduced by discontinuity in a structure of conductor in the figure. Look here in this figure, there is a continuous current is there. But look here, if we consider such type of slots are there, then this because of this slot, more AD current is not induced, and as more AD current is not induced, means there is a reduction of the AD currents. So such type of slots are used in the transformer to prevent the AD currents. I think this is all about this topic. Only these things are given in this book. Applications of AD currents are discarded from your syllabus. Some applications of the AD currents are there. It is used in a deadbeat galvanometer. It is used in an induction meter to melt the metal. It is used in a brake system in the electric brake system in the railway to stop the train. As well as these AD currents are used in a speedometer of the vehicle to measure the speed of the. You have to collect the information about it. What are the applications of AD current? Search on the Google. Today, it's enough. Have a nice day. Thank you.